Screaming Demons RC, Sdrc. We're in the bike shop tonight, the RC bike shop that is, and we gonna have to tear apart the front end on the Losi Promoto MX. Fourth battery pack in. I was hitting the freestyle wall here at Sdrc compound, and I was pulling front flips and double front flips off the wall, landing front flips perfectly, well, pretty much perfectly we'll say, and double front flips were close, but I wasn't quite landing them perfect. And after the battery pack, I noticed that I had some play in my front forks. It's hard to notice on camera, but you can feel it. So I'm going to take these forks out and we're going to pop them apart and see how the bushings look in here, see if they're all crushed or what's going on. But there's got to be something that I can order and replace to make it you know, nice and tight again. And I'll show you when I get it apart. So here, let's check it out. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the fork legs, the fork tubes out of the lower fork leg here by unscrewing the right wrench, the 2.5 driver here, hold the fork leg. Well, actually you don't really have to hold it much because I believe it's keyed in there. Oh, and they're Loctited in from the factory, so they ain't no joke, I tell you that. Let's get on something, get a rag on that so I don't gnarl up my hand a bit. I notice with sometimes these wrenches can kind of, there we go, slip in your hand, and if you grab too tight you're gonna gnarl up your palm a bit. It's always good to grab a rag and do it like that. Hopefully I'm getting this on video. There, hold it up a bit. Let's have a look in the camera, make sure I'm getting this. Oh yeah, we're getting that. Okay, so I don't know if you have to take the screw right out, but I'm taking it out. Pull that fork leg out of there. Just pops out. So it's keyed. You can see it's keyed. Two flat surfaces, so it can slide in there, and it was Loctited. So make sure when you put it back together, you Loctite it again. Clean off that Loctite, crusty old stuff. So here, let's see if we can see this play on video. It's there. I'm not imagining it. It's there. So I'm going to take them apart, have a quick look, get some more light over here on this. I don't see anything wrong there. But easy enough. I'll get the tools for this and we'll pop it apart. Alright, so this here was included in the box. This is the tool for your forks. One end is for the bottom of the fork leg. This end is for the top. Just put it on there. I just watched a video on this, so I do know how to do it. It wasn't even that tight, so undo that. Take that off of there. Undo this. Oops, sorry if I'm not on camera. Undo this rubber seal, just a rubber dust cap there. Remove that. So now this just comes out of the top, and there's grease on it. I'll show you where. There's grease all around there. You can see that black grease, or it's gray grease actually. I'll get a little rag to put this on. It's not making a mess out of my work area. Everything looks good there. So let's pop this other part apart. So there's a fork on this piece here. Let's make sure I'm getting that on camera. Okay, there's this fork piece right there. You can see. Slide it on it. There's two flat edges on the bottom of your fork leg that this keys into. Slides in. Just hold the fork leg. Unscrew it. There's an O-ring under this cap. There's an O-ring under this cap. And when I noticed these shocks weren't even really tight This wasn't tight on here, so I don't know if it wasn't tightened enough from the factory or what. In here is the bushing I am talking about that I think is worn. I looked in the instructions. Let me see, I can get that out of there or something. Let's see, what do I got here that's not dangerously damaging? Here we go. Antenna tube. This should push it out of there maybe, if I can snag it. No, I don't think it's gonna grab it. Let's have a quick look in there and see what we're looking at here. Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe I've just worn... I'm looking in here, I'm thinking I just wore the bushing. It's made it sloppy, or it's cracked it, but I don't think it's cracked it. I'm thinking it's just sloppy. I'm looking at the fork leg here. This all looks good. The seal and bushing there look fine. It's not a seal, I guess just a bushing there. Springs all look good. Yeah, everything looks fine. So I think I'm just going to put it back together, knowing that I should be a little more careful with those front flips I was doing, and maybe not do them like that. I'm going to fix that jump so it doesn't have a vert wall like that, and nobody in the crew can hurt their vehicles either, their bikes. I think what I'm just going to do is get a rebuild kit for this forks on order when I can. I'm just going to ride it and drive it and enjoy it, but I'm not going to abuse it, that's for sure. I'll take very good care of it after seeing this, that those wear out like that. And I mean, I'm still going to bash it hard, but I'm just going to not bash it hard like that. I'll bash it appropriately hard. I think that's just too much. I was expecting too much out of Losi's bike, which it's a great bike. I definitely am super stoked on it, and you'll be seeing lots of videos on this. The only thing is, as a real dirt biker and somebody who was pretty extreme in my youth, I'm just expecting too much out of it, and that's not surprising. So I'll back her off a bit. I'll not request so much extreme stuff out of this, but I'm still going to drive it hard on the track, obviously, and be doing lots of stuff with it. And I don't see any cracks in that bushing. I think it's just the case of I wore it. And I'm going to see this fork leg, how it sits in there. Yeah, that's what it is. I just wore the, that's what it is. I just wore the bushing out hard, hard pounding it. And plus the terrain I ride here, or we drive in, is coal slag. That's coal from coal mining. It's an old slag pile, so it's very abrasive. So going up in there, it could have already wore this dust cap out. Dust cap probably is full of coal dust. Let's have a look what comes out of it when I wipe it on this semi-clean rag. Yeah, so I mean there's coal dust in there. You can see it, and that's probably wearing out those seals prematurely. But there's nothing we can do about it. We're gonna ride it. We're gonna enjoy it and have fun, and we'll just have to replace those bushings when we have to, right? So anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna put this all back together. I'll do that in high speed so you can watch it. Other than that, we're gonna sign out. I'm happy that my bike is not broken, and it's just a case of some worn out bushings. Not a big deal. All right, let's get this put back together in high speed.
Outstanding.
Forks are all done. Now all I gotta do is hook up my brakes. Let's see if this is on camera here. Angle it down a bit here so we can see what the heck we're doing. Okay, so brake line was just up here out of the way. You have to pop it into the guide here. Quite simple. Then here you have to take it, cable goes through this, then the guide goes through, bring it down, find your arm there, pull up your slack, pull this up to the top, pull it up to the top. It's easier said than done sometimes when it's hot and sweaty. Come on, you dirty. There we go. She's in. Just had to manhandle it a bit. Alright, let's see if my brakes still work. Oh yeah. My buddy Aldo, who's got the exact same bike as me out in Quebec here, he gave me a message today, said I modified my brake arm, this little arm here, so it doesn't stop as up high here. It stops a bit further down. So I'm going to check that out. He did send me some pictures and stuff, so I'm going to check that out. And if I end up doing that mod, I'll make a video for you guys and show you what it's all about. So there we go. We're all back together, and we'll be riding this Losi Promoto MX soon. Getting it back on the trails, tracks, pits. I'm going to take it easy on the freestyle area for a bit till I get some other parts, and parts are available a bit better. My daughter washed my jersey for me today while she was playing with her Barbies. I said, hey, you want to wash the jersey for my guy? And she was sure. So it's awesome having a great kid. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. Screaming Demons RC, SDRC, we're out.